We are here at the Arabian Travel Market at the Kenya stall, and with me I have Mrs. Jacinta Nazioka, who is the Director of Marketing for the Kenya Tourism Board. Mrs. Nazioka, welcome to Dubai. And I wanted to ask you, the tourist traffic between Middle East and Kenya has been increasing over the years. How do you see this development?
Thank you very much. For us, the Middle East is one of the key strategic regions because it has shown tremendous growth and also shown resilience. It has been very consistent, growing, and actually the UAE particularly has been shocking us because it has been increasing from about 5 years ago when it was about top 10 market. Now it is in the top 5 market. The other important thing is that we are seeing growth in outside of the UAE region. Oman, we're seeing Qatar, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia. So those are satellite markets where we are starting to penetrate, and we are seeing interest in the trade selling those destinations.
Air connections between Kenya and the Middle East region have also improved over the last years with the new airlines flying to Nairobi. How do you see this development in the improvement of bilateral tourism ties between the GCC countries and Kenya?
The GCC countries are very well connected with Kenya. And in fact, as late as last month, Oman Air introduced 4 times flights direct to Nairobi. For us, this is key because not only does it encourage more travel by passenger, it also increases traffic for goods and services across the region because there's a lot of trade. There's now a big open market and ability for us to even export our fresh vegetables, our fresh fruits, our fresh flowers into this region that really has a big market for that. Now within 5 hours you can get those fresh from Nairobi. And the other thing is that there's a lot of trade with machinery, there's a big trade with the household stuff, and so this enables the Kenyan people to be able to find new opportunities to do business. So we have a lot of traders who come to Dubai, who come to shop here, and they're able to have good, capacity and good capability to connect. But of course, for us, passenger travel is the most important because this pushes down the cost of the tickets and the ability to fly from any of these capitals into Nairobi, and with good rates, that only gives opportunities for both inbound and also outbound.
The private sector related to the tourism industry in Kenya has often complained that Kenya Tourism Board is not doing enough to promote Kenya's interests in the new tourist markets. And what do you have to say to that, and what measures is Kenya Tourism Board doing in the future to promote Kenya as a tourist destination?
Thank you very much. With all due respect, we've really done our best. And as you know, there are no indefinite, budgets. You have budget limitations, you have priorities as a country, and whatever the tourism board is allocated by the government, we are able to ably use it to reach out even to the newer markets. As we speak, we are currently focusing on those 4 satellite markets I've told you. Africa for us has also increased in terms of investment. We are looking at intra-African travel as the next frontier. Uganda is now Kenya's top 4th market. Before, we never used to invest in the region, including West Africa and also the MENA region. So now we're promoting in Egypt and in Morocco, and we'll continue looking at those newer markets. Of course, we are not forgetting the mature markets because that is the cash cow. That is where you have your bread and butter. But we are looking at these new markets to be able to continue to increase demand. So had we, were we able to have bigger budgets and ability to spread in all these source markets, we would do that. But you see, again, when you have limited budgets, you can't spread too thin, otherwise your impact won't be felt.
The common tourist visa for the East African community has also had a positive impact on the tourist numbers, not only for Kenya but for the East African community as a whole. How do you see that?
I think that's a very positive thing because right now our tourism trade here are able to package Kenya, Rwanda, Uganda, and free access. We as Kenyans also are able to travel to these countries using our IDs, and that is one of the reasons why you see our figures from Rwanda and Uganda have tremendously increased because you don't need to have a passport to go to those countries. It's like you're going across to the other town. So that definitely is the way to go. And I encourage other African countries to do the same. I look forward to the day that we'll have a visa for all African countries, so that we're able to even be able to give market to our own countries and our own destinations. I believe with all those open borders and being able to travel with one visa, we will, number one, increase the number of visitors in the region. They will stay longer because when they come to Kenya, they can extend and go to another country without getting another visa. And then also it will be easy for us, African residents, to travel within our own countries without visa limitations.
This is your sixth or seventh participation in the Arabian travel market, if I'm not wrong. And what other measures is Kenya Tourism Board taking to attract more tourists from the Middle East region? Are there any road shows planned, or is there any more promotional activities that you have planned in the coming future?
Thank you. In the very near coming future, we have consumer activation campaigns. We are going to be doing activation in one of the key malls in Dubai. We are working on establishing identifying the partners we can work with. We also are focusing on international educational trips for international schools here in Dubai. So we are bringing a familiarization trip of the teachers who organize events in these schools. We'll have a group of about 10 schools coming into Kenya because we want to target those groups. That's a new market that is not tapped for us. The other thing that we are looking at doing is to continue to enhance our online training program so that more and more trade get to know about the new things in Kenya. There's a lot that is new in the country with infrastructural development and also with the devolved government system where we have 42 counties. Each of these counties is now developing products that we never had before, and there's the ability to now expand the product offering, especially into more adventurous and more cultural packages. So we are doing that in terms of education, farm trips also for the media. We have a honeymoon media farm trip coming into Kenya in the month of May. So those are things that we just want to continue to showcase the uniqueness. We are not just a classical safari destination. We are Safari Plus. So we are highlighting that adventure sports, luxury travel, and being able to really target the high yield markets.
Lastly, what will be your message to people in the Middle East who are wanting to travel Kenya?
The message is Kenya is an all-year-round destination. Kenya is a perfect place for those who are seeking short breaks because it's just 5 hours away. You will get visa on arrival. You have connections from your hometowns. And the other thing is that we are halal certified. You can have, even for the families who want privacy, women who want to have, go swim in the beach. There are private beaches, they can go and do so. So we are ready for this region, and we promise you the best of experiences.
Thank you so much for giving us the time, and we wish you best of luck in your endeavors. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.